Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be covering 10 of the top facets in Dota right now. Patch 7.36 has really changed the game, and I made a video very soon after the patch on some of the top facets of the game. However, the game has been patched twice since then, and the meta has kind of just solved itself, right? Time has passed, win rates have played out, and so we've seen a lot of real changes in the meta. And so I want to update you guys on what are some of the best facets in all of Dota right now. On top of that, go sign up to the Game League website, guys. I'm posting new content over there almost every day, and I'll see you there. All right, let's get into number 10. And at number 10, we have Ripped. Ripped is one of Undying's talents. And now I will say, I think Ripped is particularly good because I'm actually a real believer in Undying. This hero recently received a change where his W Soul Rip now counts him as one of the units, making it just a better ability overall. On top of that, he has a really cool innate where he just respawns every like 480 seconds. He just gets a free life, and that's pretty cool. But what does Ripped do? For 10 seconds, when you use Soul Rip on an ally, they get 10% of your strength. And this might not seem like a big deal, but as the game progresses and you use your ulti, which gives you more strength, you decay people, which gives you more strength, and you just naturally build items that give strength, whatever that may be. It could even be bracers in minute 25. You can start to give your allies a ton of health on a 6-second cooldown. And so this facet Ripped is one of the most stable in the game on a hero that is currently quite good because of how good Holy Locket is. All right, getting into number 9, we have Static Slide on Storm Spirit. This talent really changed the hero. It changed the execution of the hero. Storm Spirit in the past had this real problem. If you wanted to kill someone, you had to zip in front of them, auto-attack them to slow them, then use your Remnant in order to deal the damage. Remnant is the majority of Storm's damage in the early game, let's say minute 5 to 12, 5 to 15. And if you missed it, you would miss kills. This was just a problem of the hero. But now with Static Slide, your Remnant moves in the direction in which you cast it. You have the option to move it forward. This is such a big deal because instead of having to zip in front of someone and use extra mana just to guarantee your static remnant's gonna hit, you can zip in a position that, number one, doesn't make you die because you get to stay behind the enemy, and also basically guarantees you hit the remnant. You're not gonna make a mistake. So this heavily changed the hero and is one of the best facets in the entire game. Next up, we have Bull Rush on Spirit Breaker. Bull Rush makes the movement speed bonus from Charge of Darkness linger on the hero for a set period of time. Depends on the charge distance. It's from 0.5 seconds if it's a very short charge, up to 2.5 seconds for a very long charge. And this is very powerful because of the fact that Spirit Breaker will often die right after a charge ends. It's a small period in time where the enemy can get on top of him. Even with Bulldoze, they can try to control him. But now with Bull Rush, he has the ability to kite in and out better than ever. Honestly, his other talent, where you get increased knockback amplification on the hero's ulti, is really good too, but Bull Rush just allows you to kite in and out after you hit your charge. It makes the hero way more difficult to catch when split pushing, and honestly for me that's the biggest thing. Let's say you go in and you're split pushing and the enemy tries to set up on you. You're just gonna have 6, 7, 800 movement speed for 2.5 seconds. You're not getting caught. In a team fight, let's say you charge the backline, right? You're going on the backline, you're trying to kill some Oracle. A lot of the time, after you try to kill that Oracle, you're not gonna be able to kite out after you charge on him and ulti. Now you can, and so it makes a big difference for the hero's overall survivability, and he was already surviving. Coming in at number 7, we have Momentum on Elder Titan. Momentum on Elder Titan is a really cool facet. Basically what it does is it converts your movement speed to attack speed. However, you get a penalty at level 1, you lose attack speed. You lose 75 attack speed. And you might read this and say, oh wow, that's really bad. You lose 75 attack speed. But at level 1, you just have more attack speed than you would have. This attack speed penalty just doesn't play out because you get 30% of your movement speed as attack speed, and 30% of 300 movement speed is 90 attack speed, and your hero has 290 base movement speed. So it just immediately gives you more. And then your W, Astral Spirit, depending on how many creeps and heroes you hit, gives you more movement speed. And your level 10 talent gives you more movement speed. And you buy Phase Boots and Windlace, and you see why this is OP. This hero previously couldn't farm and had a pretty hard time killing people. Now, let me tell you, this shit is OP. You kill everyone at every stage of the game. The laning stage, OP, mid game, you can farm. Late game, you bop people down. This thing is insane. If you haven't tried Elder Titan, I highly recommend you do. Getting number 6, we have Flayer's Hook on Pudge. Man, I despise playing against Flayer's Hook Pudge. In the laning stage, if you get hit by this thing, it's like 300 damage. It comes at you like a rocket. You can't react to it. It's not a long cooldown because Hook is just not a long cooldown. It's near guaranteed first blood if you find someone going for a rune. It's obnoxious, and cores are taking it now. That's how you know it's a problem. His other facet gives you more damage during his ulti, and that's very good. But Flayer's Hook is so strong and so good for just hitting hooks, and so good in the lane, that people are taking it over the core talent. The other one is literally meant to be the core Pudge talent or core Pudge facet, and it's being completely skipped because of how broken Flayer's Hook is. If you want to have some fun, Flayer's Hook Pudge is certainly the way to go, and it's OP. Coming in number 5, we have Double Fist Ember Spirit. Double Fist Ember Spirit makes it where when you Sleight of Fist someone, if there is something next to them, it could be 1 creep, 2 creeps, 3 creeps, as long as there is at least 2 units, you will deal a second Sleight of Fist. You'll hit a second Sleight of Fist on the closest enemy to you. So that can be a creep, that can be a hero, but if you get good at it in the laning stage or at any point in the game, you can intentionally make sure that that second Sleight of Fist is going to hit the heroes, and the damage is ridiculous. On top of that, they've been just buffing Sleight of Fist like crazy throughout the years. Like, this hero really has a crazy low cooldown. It's a 12-second cooldown at level 1. And you have to keep in mind, that was changed in 7.36, the most recent patch. So now, he has this double Sleight of Fist, and it's on a lower cooldown. You can imagine why that's pretty good in the laning stage, guys. So this hero has become much more of a laning stage bully than he used to be, and that's super great for the hero. Coming in at number 4, we have Frostbound Lich. Now, apparently both of his facets are really good. He has Growing Cold, which is when an enemy is killed by Chain Frost or when under the effect of Frost Shield, the duration of these abilities is extended. And that's pretty cool, right? Basically, if the Chain Frost kills a creep or a hero, it bounces like crazy, right? It's way more bounces, 3 extra bounces for heroes and 1 for creeps. So this thing bounces, let me tell you. However, I'm a huge fan of Frostbound, and the win rate is very good too. What it does is Chain Frost lingers on its last target if it fails to bounce. Because typically, if Chain Frost is not in range of an enemy hero, it will just straight up end. Now, if it doesn't have a target, it will stay on the enemy for 2.5 seconds at level 1, 3.5 at level 12, and 4.5 at level 18, making the ability last way longer because yes, in those 2.5 seconds, sure, they're probably going to be slowed because they got hit by Chain Frost, but they're likely to spread it, or someone who has full movement speed will move back into their radius, move back into their range, and get hit by the Chain Frost, causing it to extend. And when it reconnects, then you have 2 people right next to each other, so it's going to keep bouncing, right? And it becomes very obnoxious, hard to play against. Plus, this hero is just really cool right now. Its innate just gives him max mana when units die around him. I personally find to be very powerful. I'm a big fan, so definitely give Lich a try. He's very front support right now. Coming in number 3, we have Clairvoyant Cure from Oracle. I think Holy Locket is my favorite item in the game right now. This item giving 30% more healing out. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that hasn't changed for a long time, but with Clairvoyant Cure stacking with this, and then you buy a mech, the amount of heals Oracle can dish out is beyond absurd, right? Beyond. And they just buffed Holy Locket. It's 100 gold cheaper now. Mech is in a great place. Greaves are in a great place. And so what you do is you play Oracle, you take Clairvoyant Cure. If you don't know exactly what it is, every single level up, you get 1% heal amplification. So at level 10, which is a pretty reasonable level, you get 10% heal amp. That's just a lot. All of a sudden you have 40% heal amp, and on top of that, your E is 450 heal at max level. This was buffed a while ago. I mean, not too long ago, semi-recently. I think it was like 4 or 5 patches ago. And so now the total heal is 450. When you amp 450 by 40%, you're healing more than 600 for every single E you dish out. 600, yeah. And so Clairvoyant Cure plus Holy Locket is one of the craziest combos in the game right now. Plus you get to tell your mid wherever the rune is because Oracle just does that. Next up we have Sulfur Visage. I have no clue how to pronounce it. Cephalshire. Basically it makes Grave Chill AoE. Now, it doesn't give you the full benefits for every single unit you hit. That would be OP, because at max level, let's say you hit 4 units, that would be 280 attack speed. Maybe that would be a little bit broken. However, you get 25% for every one of the secondary targets, which is not bad. Let's say you hit 4 targets, you get 140 attack speed. Let me tell you guys, 140 attack speed, that's a lot of attack speed, considering that's not hard to do. 4 units is a creep wave. 4 units is illusions. 8 units is a PL. Stacks are a lot of units. So once again, let me tell you, when you are Visage, buy a Gleipnir, get that Maelstrom, get 8 billion attack speed from this broken facet, and go click things, because you will kill them. Yeah, Visage is broken right now. I think this is currently the best spot the hero's ever been in, outside of Wraith Pact, but that wasn't even because the hero was good, it's because the item was broken. Alright, and finally, we have Abyssal Horde Underlord. This is just one of the coolest talents in the game, or facets in the game. Damn, I can't get that right, guys. Facets, talents, there's so many things in Dota now. But basically, Fiend's Gate periodically summons units, or minions. They're the old Necromonicons. So basically, these units do 2 things. The Warrior, so it summons 2 immediately when you spawn the portal. The Warrior, it deals damage, it burns mana, which also deals damage. And if you kill it, it explodes and does damage to whoever kills it. And that's 300 damage. It's a lot of damage. 300 early game, if you accidentally kill this thing with a nuke, you explode. And you will accidentally kill it. Supports will accidentally nuke it and just die. Then the archer deals damage, but most importantly, gives 5% AoE movement speed. That's great because it stacks with the bonus movement speed from Fiend's Gate, right? That bonus 10, 20, or 30% movement speed, which is also amped by the 10 talent, giving 10% more. So Underlord's team, if they use the portal or they're near this archer, go way faster, which is great. And so my favorite thing in the game right now, and I think it's one of the most broken strategies in the game, is Atos Underlord. Because they buff the pit, it's 1.5 second duration at level 1 now. You combo that with Atos, then it pits them again. So it's a 1.5 second route, Atos for 2 seconds, then another 1.5 second route. That's a 5 second route. You combo that with these archers and these minions, beating them up, and it creates more depending on how many units are around. So always create 2, and then if there's heroes, it will create an extra warrior and then archer, warrior and then archer. So an extra 1 per hero around. And so yeah, it's just a ton of damage. It really helps the hero finish off kills in the early game, which is something Underlord can absolutely struggle with. He's very bad at solo killing heroes or providing value in the first 15 minutes of the game, pre all of his auras, and now that's just not really a problem. And so yeah, I really believe Underlord is a pretty broken hero right now. Definitely give him a shot, and he has arguably the best facet in the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out.
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the Game Leap website, where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.